Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Sotomayor, and I'm the New York State PTA Membership Coordinator. I have my best buddy here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Henris. I'm the New York State PTA Legislation Coordinator, and we are best buds.
So one of the things we wanted to talk about today is membership mindset, right? With COVID, everything changed. And the question that everybody's asking is, where do we start, right? So the first thing I want to make sure everybody knows is PTA is no longer a noun. It's a verb, which means it's an action word. All right, so some of the things PTA is doing right now to support your child's potential in these ways. You want to invest in your child's potential, you want to volunteer for your child's potential, and you want to advocate for your child's potential, okay? One of the other things about the membership mindset that you're going to have this year is you're going to want to be real. Not that we weren't before, but we want to remember that it's a new normal now, right? Some days people are happy, some days they're scared about what's going to happen. They're calm, they're anxious, they're positive, they're hopeful. And usually all of this is on the same day. We want to make sure that we are just cognizant and we are making sure to talk to our members as honestly and as openly as we can. Okay? And be funny. You know, everybody's day is hard enough. So we want to make sure that we make PTA light, we share our message, but we don't make it work, right? So the other thing about the membership mindset is we want to stay current. You want to be your community's connector. What does a community connector mean? It means you want to give your members resources and information. PTA New York State has a lot of information, a boatload of resources that you can share with your members almost on a weekly basis, if not daily. So you want to make sure that you're always checking your Facebook or your Instagram, or check back once in a while on the site to see if anything is new. People want to feel less alone. So when you stay connected by sharing information, it makes you someone who's valuable to them, okay? People love to be useful. So when you receive information, you want to share it with everybody and ask them for feedback so that they can start engaging with the conversation that you've started with them.
Those are really great points, Mary. I feel so alone out here, not able to physically connect with my friends, neighbors, members. And so knowing about the resources and how important it is to find ways to connect with one another will make us all feel good. I'm glad you shared that.
I agree, Sarah, I agree. You know, Sarah, you just don't know what you don't know, right? So you want to make sure to ask your members questions so that you know that the things that you're sharing are things that they want to know about. And again, we want to drive that message home. New York State PTA has a boatload of resources that can help you stay current and your community. Okay? You're going to want to be socially aware. What does that mean? Socially aware, tech savvy. We all post information on our personal Facebook lives and for PTA. You want to consider your post frequency. You want to make sure that you're delicately playing the line of posting too much, but not posting too little. So you want to make sure to do maybe 1 or 2 a day if you can, but you want to make sure to not inundate your members with all sorts of messages so they don't get a chance to digest what it is that you're sharing with them. So twice a day is the limit, I would say. You do want to develop a relationship even though it is online. So the same way that you're posting and you're asking others to engage, you should be engaging in these conversations as well. It's okay to answer back or pose a question just to get people to start to talk about the information that you're sharing with them, okay? You want to find a voice that works for your PTA. You want to make sure that you're adopting what your unit voice will be so that multiple people can actively respond to the comments and the concerns in a positive way, knowledgeable way, and also being in a consistent tone for your PTA, okay? You want to make your page sticky. What does that mean? You want to maximize the experience that your members are getting every time they come onto your Facebook page. So you want to make sure that you have links that go back to somewhere that they can read more about information that they just received. You want to put things that are relevant and timely, and you want to make sure that you post things that they don't already know, right? So, Sarah, one of my best friends here, we work hand in hand, right, Sarah?
We sure do. Membership and advocacy. They were just best buds, best buddies. Advocacy happens because PTA members decide to take action. So I'd like to share a few tips and tricks to help keep your members on the path to a successful membership year in taking action on the issues and the concerns that are addressing everyone. So we have 3 easy steps. The first for our membership-driven action is to make it easy. The simplest of actions can be the most effective and powerful, so keep it simple. Really, all you have to do is ask. Ask for more information. Bring in an expert to raise awareness. Ask for a change. Write a letter, an email, make a phone call. Ask for assistance. Create maybe an action alert on that social media post that Mary was talking about, asking others to join in and support the action that you're looking to have happen. Join in the event, whatever that action is. Connect with a buddy like Mary and others. There's no need to go it alone. Even if we're quarantined, life during COVID has been stressful and complicated enough. So find a friend, a PTA member with an interest in addressing the same issue, and have at it. Trust your instincts. A busy, hectic life distracts us and can get in the way of knowing what we really want. Create calm, open space that encourages you to pay attention to your heart and trust your instincts on the issue. Share your resources. Keeping members engaged can present a challenge if you're asking that they go out of their way on a regular basis to let their voices be heard and unsupported. Make sharing resources and programs easy for your members so they have access and use of those items. Our next action is to make it meaningful. Connect your members as a community of people with a similar interest on an issue. Bring them together. Encourage them to share ideas for action. Empower them to take action. And most importantly, respect them enough to share and report on the simple steps that they are taking to raise awareness to the issue, as well as the changes that are being made. Our last step is to make it personal. People who feel useful and valued will be more inclined to step up and make a difference for all of our children. So keep all of your members in the loop year-round about all the actions your PTA has taken. Help them understand what legislation and policies might be out there on the table for discussion and change. Keep them informed about the new issues that are developing in your community. And most importantly, make sure you connect them to how these things may affect them. Advocacy is membership-driven actions. So keep your members personally connected to the issues. When you do that, you will be making advocates, and most importantly, they will be your lifelong members. Right, Mary?
Absolutely. That was excellent, Sarah. I mean, those are steps that I think any of us can take. It's super simple, very easy, and something that all of us can follow, right?
Absolutely.
So in addition to these steps, we wanted to share resources that would help you grow your membership. Okay? So one of the things we wanted to talk about is maximizing your PTA meetings. I mean, who doesn't want your PTA meeting to go amazingly? Now in the virtual world, we need some help, right? So one of the things we've cultivated, and we will share at the end of this presentation, is kind of a step-by-step 5 tips for productive virtual meetings. So you always want to have an agenda, which PTAers always do. The agenda has to be organized, everyone's thoughts are on it. It helps everyone stay on task and be productive and know exactly what it is that they want to talk about. You also want to assign roles. You want to adopt the standard of set roles so that everybody knows who will be talking about what in each of these meetings. And it also helps to not be the only one that's talking through a whole meeting, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. But keep going, you're doing well.
Yeah. So we also want to make sure that you review your goals and outcomes. So before you have your meeting and you're setting up your agenda, you want to make sure that you know the targets that you want to hit, what you'd like to achieve. That way you can make your agenda hit home for everybody who's listening, okay? And you want to engage in a two-way conversation if possible. Ask questions. That way you can get feedback from the team. In these virtual settings, you'll find that more people join, but everybody's really shy. They don't want to say anything that's not perfect. They don't want to sound silly. So if you ask them prompting questions, they'll be more inclined to answer. And lastly, you want to summarize all the decisions and the action items that you're doing, which we already do in our agendas that we normally put together for PTA. And if you need any help with finding an agenda that you can use, please look on the New York State PTA resources. You'll find it there as well. Okay. So now that we've gone through the agendas, hold on one second. We want to make sure that we share and create emails with valuable content. You want to make sure that when you're sending someone an email, it has things that they really need. You want to share articles on advocacy and best practices. You want to share anything that New York State PTA is doing new, or some contests that are being run, advocacy efforts, things of that nature, so everybody knows that PTA is live and well. And you want to make sure that you use your newsletter as a way to stay connected. Social media is not the only way that you can stay connected to your members. You can also use a newsletter. Lucky for you, we've created a membership newsletter. For those of you who haven't received this, I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit so you can get a feel for what you'd be able to see. Our membership newsletter is comprised of a bunch of information. These are my 2 munchkins here. And it's going to tell you all the things that are new flyers, new awards, what we should be focusing on for the month. It's basically a roadmap that you can use for your unit. It's also going to give you monthly checklists. So have you ever been in the middle of a month and thinking, did I finish everything? Did I accomplish anything? What else am I supposed to be doing this month? This monthly checklist will keep you on task to let you know, membership-wise, what you should be doing to make sure that you're accomplishing your membership goals with PTA. And lastly, we have region highlights, which is my favorite part of this newsletter. Have you ever wondered if anybody knows about the successes that you're having in your unit? Trust me, New York State really knows, and we are all super proud of you. But it's not enough for us to know, we want everybody to know. So what we've created is a section which allows anyone that reads this newsletter to see who's really killing it this month, who's really going out of their way and making sure that membership is their top priority. So you want to make sure that when you do see these, we post them up on Facebook as well. Give them a shout out, give them a congratulations, because this is hard work and we're really, really, really psyched about your success.
Oh, Mary, I hope that they add their own stories to our unit successes. I know there's plenty of people on this workshop who do great things with membership and their advocacy actions. So I hope they share the stories with you so they too can be highlighted and congratulated by their peers around the state.
Absolutely. If you're winning right now and you love what your unit is doing, please share it with us. Put it up on Facebook. Let us know about it. We want to hear about it, and we want to celebrate you too. So we've simplified the path for membership. We've made sure that your members always have a way, or your future members always have a way to join the PTA easily. So if you click on this page, which we will be inserting in the message, it will lead you to a place where you can look for your online membership page. It's the join button at the top of the New York State PTA search browser on the right. It'll allow you to write your unit number, or you can place the name of your school and it'll auto-populate. So if you don't know your unit number, which most people don't, or if they do, they might remember but forget a number, that's okay, because it'll automatically say, hey, I think this is the unit you're talking about. You can select it and then they can become members very easily. Okay? So next, you want to engage members, as we've talked about, on social media. To wrap this all up, you want to make sure that you're posting valuable articles, which we're giving to you. You're making sure that you're joining conversations in the groups and on pages, and that you're sending members messages that are going to be valuable additions to their life, and not only that, to their children. And using advocacy as a way to reach out to your members or your future members is the best way to make lifelong members. So you want to also ask your current members for help. Not only are you reaching out to your members, but you want to make sure that your members are reaching out to the community. Share the PTA message. We want to make sure that we can get as many members as possible, because membership is important, especially this year. Okay? It all starts with membership. Right, Sarah?
Oh, it absolutely does. And if you don't mind, I'd like to share, in my neighborhood, many of our families, their children have grown and moved on in life. And even my children, my daughter is in college and working now, my youngest. My neighbors still come to me because they know that I'm active and involved in PTA in many different levels, and they'll ask me about what's going on in our schools and what's going on in our district and with PTA. And so I share with them what I know and put them in touch with others in our neighborhood who are more active members locally, and then remind them to join and continue to join. So ask.
Yeah, you want to ask your community members, you want to ask your businesses, you want to make sure to ask the people that you wouldn't normally ask, because they might not realize that membership applies to them. You might not have children, but you support and love the children in your community. So becoming a member is a way to advocate for them, right? So we want to thank everybody for attending this Zoominar. We hope that you learned something valuable today. And if you need anything or have any future questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Okay? Thank you for joining both Sarah and I. I am loving Sarah's background. It's keeping me very entertained during this message.
Well,
So,
anything to help keep us grounded in this COVID virtual world.
all right. Thank you so much and have a good night.
Thank you.